Hi and welcome back. We are working with area of kites. Our formula is 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. We were cut off a little bit short on the last one due to an announcement that I had to go check on. So let's look at these last two problems. A company is designing a logo for 3 congruent kites to be embroidered on their staff polo. What is the total area of the logo? Okay, this is important because some places when you're doing embroidery work, they will charge you by the amount of area of yarn or thread that they're having to use to make up that portion of the logo. Okay, so it's important to know how much yarn or space you're going to be using up, or thread. So the first thing I need to do is notice that I've got 3 congruent kites. So really I'm just going to have to find one kite, and then once I know one kite, I can multiply that answer by 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the area of just one kite. So I know it's going to be 1/2 its diagonal times its other diagonal. So let's figure out what the 2 diagonals are. When I look at my first, I'm just going to pick one randomly, and I'm going to go, all right, let's just look at this one. And figure out, well, how long is it on that one diagonal? Okay, so just from here to here. If the whole design all the way across is 20, and I can see I've got 1, 2 that are set tail to tail, right? I can figure out that each side, if all the way across is 20, then each side across must be 10. So one of my diagonals is 10. And then my other diagonal here is 6.5. So when I put this in my calculator, I can do 1/2 of 10 is 5, and then just do 5 times 6.5. Or I can do 10 times 6.5, which is 65, and then just do 1/2 of 65. And then either way, I'm going to get 32.5. And these, I do have my units, it's centimeters squared. That's one kite, but my logo is 3 kites. So really, I'm going to have 3 kites. That's going to be 3 times 32.5 square centimeters. So 3 times 32.5 is 97.5 square centimeters for the total area of that design. Okay. All right, let's look at this last problem. This problem is kind of interesting because this one we're going to have to do a little working backwards, which if you remember you had to do on your rhombus assessment in the last activity that we did when we did rhombi and squares in the last one. Find x in the figure below. It's kind of hard on this one to tell what the x is going to. The x, I'm really trying to find this length right here is what it's wanting me to find. Okay, so that is what x is. It's that little pink length. It's hard to tell on there. That's what it is. Okay, they are telling me that the area of the whole thing, they've already given it to me. The area is 80 meters squared. So I know when I'm looking at the area is 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. I already know my area is 80. That's going to equal 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. This diagonal is really simple. It is 10, right? 5 and 5, that diagonal is 10. It's this diagonal that is a little harder because I can see this part is 12 and this part is x. So it's 12 plus x. I don't know what that is because I'm trying to find x. I don't know what that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it as d. And I'm going to solve this equation for this diagonal. Okay, I'm going to solve this equation for this diagonal. Because then once I know the diagonal, the whole diagonal, then I know this little pink piece plus 12 will make whatever that d value is. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do 80 equals 1/2 of 10 is 5 times D. So to figure out what D is, all I have to do is divide both sides by 5. So 80 divided by 5, I believe, is 16. Is 16. So this whole diagonal from here to here is 16. I know this piece here is 12, and I'm trying to figure out the pink piece. So how do I find out what's left for the pink piece? This 12 and the x together makes 16. So if I take 16 and I take away the 12, then that's going to leave me with the value for x of 4. Okay, so this has to be 4, so that I end up with 16 here, 4 and 12. So when I put a 16 here, I get 160, half of 160 is my 80. It works out perfectly. Okay? All right, so I know this video is a little shorter than the others because I had to stop mid-video on the last one for an announcement. But thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions on anything kites, rhombi, rectangles, parallelograms, quadrilaterals, polygons, make sure you're attending your sync time and you're asking questions during the tutoring. All right, thank you so much for watching.